All right, guys, it's 2 p.m. 2 p.m. and we're just getting started. So this is Thursday, Tech Money Talks Live, Ask BMac. And let me chime in here, but really awesome stuff. I'm just getting set up. Things are busy day. And I'm going to give people a chance to connect right now. So right now we're streaming to multiple platforms. So on YouTube, Periscope, Facebook, and so on. And actually, what I'm doing right now, I got multiple phones that are up here so that we can connect to Instagram. But we're also on Twitch, 3 different Facebook groups, LinkedIn, and so on. So let me connect live here. I'm pulling up Instagram. And that was a sale. Sales are coming in, folks. It actually works. Drop shipping actually works. Hold on. I'm trying to, for some reason, the Instagram Live's not catching on, but it's going to give you guys a chance to join. Connect on YouTube. Be sure to tag somebody right now, for sure. And let me put it on me. Cool. All right, so now we're streaming live. We are streaming live on Instagram as well. So today we're going to be talking about ads that sell Thursday. So all marketing aspects and things like that, which is really cool. So the ads that sell Thursday, I try to make this like a theme oriented thing right now. Each day to have like a theme of the day to give people a chance. So if you're connecting via Instagram, if you want to see the screen, then go ahead and connect on YouTube, Facebook, and you'll get a chance to see the screen live there. But let me know how this is going. If you guys actually like this thing, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe because it really helps out the show. And it really gives me feedback because right now, I plan to do this daily live sessions to actually give you current real time information because, stuff with the podcast and things that have been coming out. It's just that, now when it takes weeks to come out, it seems like outdated information. So I quickly switched, as you guys saw over the past couple of weeks now, it seems like, but it seems like forever actually, because there's so much changing daily. So I want to give you access to information as fast as we can. And that's the whole goal here for sure. So, and Andreas is connecting. Did you like that question about the sex toy? Aha, $1 billion industry. So he's bringing up. We had a. I'm gonna pull this up here. We had a session with Noah Tucker just earlier today, and this was actually pretty awesome. Which Noah and I were talking live, and people were dropping questions, and yeah, I'd say Andreas, that question had me laughing. I don't know if you guys, Noah was answering a previous question. I'm reading that comment, and I'm like, I'm about to laugh, but I didn't want to laugh to throw him off of his conversation because then it'll affect the podcast and stuff like that. So I'm holding back. But then, yeah, I just had to laugh asking that question. It is a, it is a industry, but yeah, I mean, it's a different approach altogether. So it all comes down to ethics and things like that. But yeah, real funny question for sure. Noah got a kick out of it too because we talked a little bit afterwards. So really good stuff. But this is your chance to get behind the scenes view as well. So you guys are able to connect behind the scenes, connect with me, take these 30 minutes to make the most out of it. Be sure to drop any questions, that you have and so on. And, it's just really important. I'd say, make sure to make the most out of it. Make the most out of this time. I'm breaking up my day just to give you 30 minutes, and it actually takes me a little bit of time to ramp up and a little bit of time to ramp down. I try to give my best here and give you the valuable information that you need, and it takes a little bit of energy out of me as well. But I mean, my goal is to help as many people as I can, and that's the whole purpose of doing like the podcast and now doing the lives and show on. So if you can, like I said, show your support. Be sure to like, subscribe, tag somebody, and that'll be a good value in return. So let me just go through here real quick. Is like yesterday we covered what to sell, which is really awesome. That's the theme for Wednesdays, is what to sell Wednesdays, and that went through really cool. Now the other thing that's I want to cover here is that yesterday we also had a planned interview with Roy Taylor, and he actually had the wrong time zone. So when I was posting here, 4 p.m., he was thinking 4 p.m. his time zone, so he didn't catch that little CST. So everything in my speak is Chicago time or Central time, and he was in the wrong time zone. And it was but we are going to reschedule, and he apologized for the mix up, and I said no worries, because I think it's just going to build up. Everybody was looking forward to that. So we're going to reschedule, but that's what happened yesterday. But today we had the podcast earlier today with Noah Tucker. A lot of people were able to jump on and ask questions and things like that. So I would say even right now, if you got any questions, be sure to drop any questions you have right now. I'm going to type that. Drop any questions you do have. I would say for these planned upcoming interviews, be sure to check that out, and drop the questions that you do have. That's really important. So let's see, what else do we got here? We have one thing that I want to mention is the 21-day challenge. So in the 21-day challenge, this is coming up May 10th. Seriously, no joke, folks. I mean, things are popping off, and the thing, I'm gonna pull up my screen right now. What is this looking at right now? So we're about 2 p.m. and this is already over $1,000, already over $1,000. This is the product that we're gonna be launching in this 21-day challenge. It's a daily action steps that I'm gonna help you launch. So actionable steps to launch over those next 21 days, starting May 10th, and it's going to be daily steps so that by the end of the month, the same product selling for me is going to be selling for you. My plan is to do it for like the first 30 people that get on the waiting list. So be sure to check that out. And this is a new product that's current, and it's something that I want to help you guys get in the game and get launched. This is really meant for action takers. And it's something new, it's something that I'm putting together. So I want to see how it works out. The other thing, just to recap, this has helped out a lot of people. I announced this on Monday when we talked about make money with no money Mondays. And actually, let me show that screen here. That's the theme for Mondays, which is making money with no money. And in that session, we covered this was a dropship by phone. It shows you how to make money without ads. So if you don't have money for Facebook ads, then you can actually, uh, you know, get sales without having the money, and then hopefully put that money towards your Facebook ad spend. When I did this session, it actually worked for me within that first hour after I was done with the session, and that was pretty cool. And so I quickly posted and said, look, somebody here bought and it was $28 profit, and I didn't have to spend any money on ads. And then the cool thing was on Tuesday, which the theme mentioning Tuesday, we have Ninja Tactics that we talk about. So Tuesdays, the theme is Ninja Tactics. And on Tuesday, we had a caller that called in and said that same night on Monday, they applied the same techniques, which was the dropship by phone, and it worked for them, which was cool. And he mentioned like up to 10 sales, which I think was pretty awesome. I actually did a YouTube video explaining, the success. There was one time where I went and it was like by the next morning I had 14 sales and I had over $10 profit each. So that's like $140, folks, in one day, one post. That's real money, and that's something that you can use, towards ad spend or towards something. But it's basically, it goes back to the theme of Monday, which I think a lot of people are in this space. How do you make money with no money? How do you make money with no money? And I think there's people in there because there's so many people I think that has lost their jobs right now. So this is my way of helping out. So I'd say, that was a lot already in the beginning, but stick around to the end. And we're going to have another giveaway. And I would say the way that you can enter is to like, subscribe, and tag a friend. And then also in the comments, say, yo, BMAC, because that's how I'm going to search the word. And actually, we do have another winner. So we do have another winner. And I'm going to be dropping a message to you that I'm going to contact you from yesterday. So be sure to celebrate there. That, I mean, these are giving it out and how you can actually make money with these techniques. So free course, which is awesome stuff. Now, what I'm going to dive into today is Facebook ads. And what I put together here is BMAC's top 3 on YouTube right now. And I think this is actually really cool. So the top 3 on YouTube, because this was actually a question that was asked during the podcast with Noah. And, Noah you know, gave a few names off on there. And it was funny because I think he actually mentioned, what was it, Hayden Bowles. And then somebody said, oh, he's a scam. And I had caught on to that too, which was that, Baller Busters, if you didn't know, they, point out, people that have, you know, n- not keeping it real or keeping it, you know, fake on there. But I think listen to that podcast. Actually, catch it on YouTube. You'll hear the whole conversation because I brought it up, and it's very well explained, or at least I felt that way. But it's a part of keeping it real in the first place, right? So I want to thank the person in the audience that actually mentioned that, because he had mentioned as this is probably one person that you could look at on YouTube, and uh, and you can find out his explanation related to it. And actually, let me see if I could pull that up real quick, which is on Instagram. And I'm going to search on it real quick here. So give me a second. And if you're not following me on Instagram, be sure to follow. So it's Tech Money Talks. Tech Money Talks everywhere. So just do that for sure. Um, and let me pull this up here. So this is going a little off track, but this is what's live is all about, though. So if you can see my screen, if you guys are on Instagram, you want to see my screen, connect to YouTube or Facebook. But it's this right here. So Baller Busters, they help point out, or call out, different people that are like, remember like the Lambo gurus. So Lambo gurus, and people don't know, who's keeping it real or not. So they've been keeping an eye on the industry, and some of it's joke and humor, but then other stuff they're calling people out, and so that's where a person from the audience said, "Well, hey, you mentioned Hayden Bowles, and he was, highlighted on here." And I would say, it basically, and I think this is his picture right here. So, you could read through, but I would say for audience that's coming in that's new, this is probably one of the things that, okay, well, follow this group, and it helps lead to the, do your own research and stuff like that. And it's also something that I lean on when I'm doing the podcast. And if there's new people, recommended people, things like that, you know it's a combination of research, gut feel, were they called out on Baller Busters, and thankfully I think most everyone up to this point has been keeping it real and delivering real value on the podcast. So, and that actually reminds me, if you guys do have any podcast recommendations, like who you want to see as a future guest, be sure to tag right now on there, and tag it to this live stream, and then also DM me as well. And if you can, even do a shout out. Somebody did a shout out on Instagram, and I'll be sure to do the same shout out as well coming back. So now let's dive into the topic here. So top 3. Here's number 1, folks. Noah Brewer, who was actually a featured guest on the podcast. Now, if you don't know Noah Brewer, you need to get to know him. And what Noah Brewer does is just like a service. It's a Facebook, service that he does for, I think, about like 50 drop shippers. And these are drop shippers that, have traction. So you could say professional drop shippers that are getting sales. And what he does is just scaling their ad campaigns. All he focuses on is just, you know, scaling with a strategy from test to scale over and over again. And that's what he does every day. And I would say, his level of testing and experience related to Facebook, I mean, he's very hands on. He's also got a good, consistent methodology to what he does. And I think that's really cool. So I'll bring up his YouTube channel here. And you can see some of the latest videos from a few weeks ago, but everything is on the topic of Facebook and testing and strategy and things like that. Stuff on CBO testing, ROAS, all kinds of stuff like that. So I would say, as far as related to Facebook ads and being able to learn, like if your goal is to learn Facebook ads and marketing, because I mean that's the theme for today, which is the ads that sell, the Facebook ads that sell. And what you're going to find here is, the strategies and things like that. And what he does, I mean, he's deep, 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 deep into there for sure. I would say he gets really deep into the brain of like how this is Facebook's brain of how it actually works. And it's really cool stuff. So be sure to check him out. I would mention that as number one. Now, number two, who I have on the list here, is Jordan Welsh. And Jordan Welsh was a previous featured guest on the podcast as well. And most people may not think that he would be one related to Facebook ads, because if you know um, his story is that he is the founder of Viral Vault, and Viral Vault is a whole service that does like product recommendations. It's basically like an ecom hunt. And when we cover on Wednesdays when we cover stuff like what to sell on Wednesdays, within there, that's when I bring up some of the paid tools and things like that. And actually, let me see. I think I might have a picture of it if we go to, yeah, right here. So this is the kind of stuff that I mentioned inside our Dropshipping Insiders group. And when I talk about leveraging the paid tools, so there's Ecom Hunt, but then there's Viral Vault listed here, where it's basically current viral products that you're looking to sell and test out. So that's a main part of what Jordan is known for. But if we look at his YouTube channel, he's dropping a lot of value on YouTube. And if you look at some of the Facebook ads in 2020, and if you look at if you sort by most popular, you'll catch some of the ones that are like really good. And it's related to Facebook ads, and I've gone through it. I mean, he talks about basically going from testing to scaling, and the actual scaling technique that he uses is really awesome. So I would say most people may not know this, but he is definitely a source for Facebook ads for sure. And that's why I put him on the list. So, I would say check him out, number two, for sure. That's definitely one to do. Now, this was another mention that somebody had brought up here, is like, hey, when are you going to do another podcast with Kevin Zhang? And so Kevin and I had done a few already, and his podcast is actually the most popular podcast on Tech Money Talks. And I think that says a lot. And he's got a great success story. So if you don't know who Kevin is, he's like he spoke on TEDx stage, and after his first year, done over 20 million in revenue. And when you hear him speak, I mean, he's just very methodical, strategic, and just confidently knows, and he's got the results to back it up. But he recently launched, I mean, his YouTube channel just recently started and just blew up. So, he's got thousands of people. You can see there's just a handful of videos, but a lot of them are related to these Facebook ads, and he goes all out. I mean, he over delivers in there for sure. So I'd say definitely check out the stuff that he's giving for free. And I think he also has like a free Facebook group in there as well. And then because we've interacted and become friends, so long, he launched a new course. It's a paid course. So what I've done, for being like an affiliate or a referral for his new course is that what I'm going to do is like give you free access to the insiders group, everything that I list out here, and to give you free access to the insiders group for opting into Kevin's course. So it's kind of like a, buy one get one free kind of thing, which is a really good special offer. And that's my gift to you for using the referral link. You can actually go to kevinzang.techmoneytalks.com. Go to kevinzang.techmoneytalks.com. But related to Facebook ads, this is a real good source. I'd say check out the videos here, and there's many others. There's quite a few that I have on the list that I would recommend, and maybe what we'll have, and maybe we can make this a collaborative thing. Is like, okay, let's start, maybe ranking, what's some of the best qualities on particular topics, and Facebook ads is one of them that we could dive into. But it's just really good stuff for sure. I would say look to explore and dive into these strategies. And I think that's something that we could do on these sessions as well, which is, going through some of the setups. I've actually done workshops in the past. So meetup.com/, Dropship Chicago. There's been Facebook workshops there that I've done that actually shows you some of the same steps and a lot of the methodologies that you see related to, techniques from these individuals. Because that's the name of the game, folks. Pick their brains, stand on the shoulders of giants, and then you come up with your own mashup. Come up with something that works for you. Does that make sense? So come up with something that works for you. And that's what I've done. So, the other thing that I mentioned, there's more to advertising than just Facebook ads. And that's part of the reason why, I told you about the dropship by phone, where you don't even need ads and you can still get success. And people are, especially the caller that came, he's like, no other guru's talking about that. No other guru's talking about that. And I thought that was cool. Now, another thing that most people aren't talking about is how do you get traffic from other sources outside of Facebook? And this is what I call doing like ninja style tactics. These are ninja style invisible. Most people don't realize how you're getting traffic. And I've already showed in some previous examples, especially to the product research, as we're hacking some of the people that are having good success and finding out where they're getting their traffic from, for sure. And that was a caller. So let's bring a caller in. I see Irene that's calling in. So we're going to see if she can join. And that's another sale that's popping off. Two sales that are popping off at the same time. And I'll give Irene a chance to join and ask a live question. So this is Tech Money Talks Live, and you can go to bit.ly/AskBMacZoom and actually connect to the Zoom. Irene, if you're there, you can unmute yourself, and I'll let you know if I can hear you. I'll keep talking in the meantime, but let me know if you're there. I'll try to unmute you and see if that works. But related to traffic secrets, like I said, it's a way to find, new traffic, hidden traffic, and catch one of the, I want to say it was the Wednesday video where we went through and we hacked through. It was when we talked about the nano products, the hearing aid, and the stuff that they did. I would say it seemed like it was well over 50% that wasn't coming from direct Facebook ads. It was referrals. They had a whole cool strategy. We'll talk about that next time for sure. Actually, I think it might have been last Thursday when we talked about it, which was very interesting for sure. So I'm going to put Irene in the waiting room, and I'm going to add another person here. His name is Poopy Bum, which is funny. So let's see, bringing in another live caller. And what's up? I don't hear you just yet. Let me know. Nope, I don't. I see you unmuting, muting. Is- I'll let you know when I hear you. And he dropped. Okay. No worries. We'll figure this out, to get people connected for sure. I noticed Gary V, if you caught on, yeah, Gary V style of this type of thing. Gary V has been doing some amazing things too. So let's see. His style, and I've been kind of mimicking the same thing here. If you haven't caught on to this, which is he's been doing tea with Gary V, and he's been doing the live sessions in the morning, and who's better to model after than like Gary, right? So it's the same thing that I'm doing it in my own space here, which is modeling the daily sessions. He has themes as well of the day, and so on. But it's a way to get connected. He does live tea with Gary V in the mornings, and then mine is in the afternoon, 2 p.m. So let's bring in Fabrizio. Let's see if we can bring you in on the live call here. Fabrizio. Let me know if I'm pronouncing it right, and I'll let you know if I hear you. I don't hear you just yet, and I'm actually going to check my audio. Yeah, we're doing all right. Fabrizio, I think I hear you. How's it going? You there?
Hi, brother.
How's it going, man? You're live on Tech Money Talks Live. You made it, bro.
It's Spanish.
You're in Spanish. You speak Spanish?
Yes, yes.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Well, that's cool that we're making it out. What country are you from?
It's Peru.
In Peru. Wow. Well, it's cool that we're reaching that far. Are you doing drop shipping from Peru? I think he just dropped off. So no worries, but hey, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, it's a we're selling to the world, folks, and it's a global business, and there's a lot of people connecting from around the world. Uh, like I say, and it's a good thing to mention, which is that I mean the opportunity right now we talked about in the podcast earlier. I mean, it's an amazing opportunity right now. You have the power of, reaching millions, hundreds of millions of eyeballs around the world, and it's all at your fingertips, right? And you have the same power technology that's all at your fingertips, and it's just an amazing thing that you put all of this together and you're in business for sure. So I mean, it's just a really amazing thing. Let's take one other caller and then we're gonna call it a wrap here. But I see a couple of people joining, and we'll see if we can get Angel in on the call. And I wasn't checking the questions. Edwin said he could translate if I'd like to. Yeah, I can understand Spanish a little bit, but I can't. I have to really work at it. Angel, how you doing, bro? I'll let you know if I hear you. I don't hear you just yet. I'll keep talking while Angel is connecting right now. And but let's see here. Let me what I was talking about was traffic secrets. Yeah, if you want to find out more about that, I'd say go to traffic.techmoneytalks.com and you can actually get the free book. It's the free book that you can actually get access to. And one of the things here, the stuff, here's the other takeaway, and I'm not going to talk too much about this, but if you're spending money on traffic, make use out of it. And this is the reason why I use ClickFunnels is that, one of the first things that you should capture is the opt in. There's far too many people drop shipping and they don't know who their prospects are or who their shoppers are. One of the very first things you got to capture that. And I won't talk further on funnels, but we'll have another day to talk further on funnels. But that should be the mindset there. Like I said, the giveaway is this course again. So all you need to do is tag a friend, and then say, yo, BMAC in the comments, and I'm going to find you there. And I'll be sure to give away the course to you. And also the 21-day challenge starts May 10th. Like I said, sales are popping off. This is a current one. This was a screenshot from 3 days in, and it's going to be the same one that I'm going to use for this challenge. And we're going to go through daily steps. So by the end of it, that you're going to have this thing running for you, and it'll be awesome. So go to challenge.techmoneytalks.com. This is how you can get on the waiting list, and it's just really good. So I would say again, we missed Roy Taylor. Keep a lookout for him in the future. We're going to reschedule that, which we missed yesterday. But really awesome. This is the end here. And then the other thing that we had was the podcast earlier with Noah Tucker. You can watch that replay today. It's actually available on youtube.com/techmoneytalks. But really awesome stuff. So I think that's about it. That brings it to a wrap. This is talking about the ads. I pointed out 3 sources, which I think is important, because just don't go blindly searching without knowing who the best sources are. So hopefully this was helpful, guys. And I'm going to sign off here because I got another busy day, things to do. We've got money to make for sure, and really awesome. So thanks for joining me.